Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be doing a spring reset, but more of a spring reset for like the mind and the energy as opposed to anything like spring cleaning or planning. I'm probably going to do that at a different time, but my concept for this video was more so about getting rid of like the stagnant winter energy that we've been in for the past however many months, because it seems like winter lasts longer than any other season. I mean, luckily right now where I am in New York, it's actually like 70 degrees and it feels super hot. But you know, I'm thinking that's probably full spring and we're going to be back to the cold in the next few days. But we're going to be resetting the vibe, and I have a list of activities I'm going to do over the next few days and that I will show you. So firstly, I already did this part, but I'm going to decorate my room for spring. And I'll insert the clips of when I did that. The main actual activities that I'm wanting to do is I want to make some cupcakes because I have some leftover Valentine's Day themed frosting and box cake mix. I want to do like a spring craft, and then I also want to light a candle to welcome spring. Part of my spirituality and part of my witchcraft beliefs is that this is the time, this is the season when Persephone returns from her stay in the underworld. I have a special candle I bought that I'll light in the video with you guys. So yeah, before we get into any of the vlogging aspects that I just spoke about, I want to talk about the spiritual significance of spring, what it means to me. The myth of Persephone. There are a few different versions of this myth. There are a few versions of her story. And depending on who you ask, some will say that she was walking in the field picking flowers and Hades abducted her. Some will say that she chose to go with him. There are a few different versions, but the things that remain consistent between all the versions is that Persephone ends up becoming queen of the underworld, and because she ate the food of the underworld, which we have determined is like a pomegranate, that's like her symbol. So then she has to spend part of the year below, which is the fall and winter, and part of the year above, which is the spring and summer. And her mother, Demeter, the winter and the fall is her sadness at the absence of her daughter. But when Persephone comes back, she makes the flowers bloom. That's kind of like the spark notes. I still don't know every single thing about this, but a lot of people have taken Persephone on as a meaningful representation of like seasonal depression or chronic illness, or just generally, I think even if you don't have any major life issues in that way, you can resonate with the experience of sometimes you're down and sad and you're not feeling great and there's nothing you can do about it. Because there's this like inevitability built into the story of Persephone. It's not like if she like just works hard enough, she could stop fall and winter from coming, right? That she can stop the downtime from coming. No, it's inevitable. And I think that her story encourages us to recognize when we can and cannot control something, and to not push ourselves constantly beyond our limits trying to change something we cannot change, because it's impossible to have energy all the time. It's impossible to be in a good mood all of the time. But just the same as you can say that, you can also say it's impossible to be unhappy all of the time. Happiness will come again. It's impossible to be down all the time. There will come a time when you are up again. And for, I would say probably the majority of people, they feel better in the spring and summer than they do in the fall and winter. But I do know there is a small subset of people where their seasonal depression is like reversed, and it's the spring and summer that they hate. For most people, it's gonna line up where once we start seeing those colors and the weather starts getting warmer, we suddenly feel alive again. Spring is a very important time in the natural world of new life. We have new baby animals, the rabbit. I have a ceramic rabbit back there. That is an enduring symbol of babies in the spring. Rabbits are known for like mating prolifically. Rabbits are like a classic springtime animal, classic representation of spring. Eggs and chicks as well. And I just generally believe that not only do we enjoy this period of time more because of the weather and the activities and stuff, I legitimately feel like there is a tangible shift in the energy that comes that we as human beings can all feel like as a collective. Like one thing I can do, I know many other people can do this as well, but there are some people who can't, is I can smell different seasons. Summer has a smell, spring has a smell, winter, fall, they all have smells. And then like the variations between them, you can smell when winter's coming. You could, like, I can do that and many other people can, but if you're not one of the people who can do that, you might be like, what the hell are you talking about? Our environment just is always going to influence us. Anyway, now that I've kind of given you guys like my thesis on spring, I think that today I'm gonna go to the park, and then either later tonight or within the next few days, I'm gonna do those other activities that I was telling you guys about. Hey guys, so I'm about to make the cupcakes and I have to decide what cupcake liners I want to use because I have some with like hearts on them and those match like the funfetti sprinkle theme of the cupcakes, but then I also have pastel ones that are more springy, and I have some other ones too, but I'm mainly trying to pick between those two. Okay guys, sorry if I look sweaty, but I just finished the cupcakes and this is the finished product and I'm gonna eat this one right now. Oh my god, it's so hot. I'm overheating like so bad because the oven was on and everything, but it will be worth it. Should I do the like influencer thing where they go, oh my god you guys, it is actually good and packed with protein. It's crafting time and I made a zine in Canva and I'm about to go fold it up and I'm gonna add some like stickers I think to make it more fun, and then I'm gonna come back and talk about what I put in the zine and what it means and why. While I play this footage, I'm gonna explain to you guys how I made this zine in Canva. So firstly, what I did was I used the template in Canva that's called Booklet US Letter Size, and I made all of my page designs within that booklet template. Then, once I was ready to actually arrange all the pages for my zine, and I will insert a picture of how you are meant to arrange the pages, I opened up a different document that is landscape, which means horizontal as opposed to vertical. If you're printing on normal printer paper, you want the dimensions of the landscape document to be 11 by 8.5 inches. And then you just kind of have to mess around with arranging the images you saved from your booklet document to where they're roughly equal in size in the arrangement to have all the pages show up in the order and orientation that you want. For the folding, it's better if you look up on Pinterest how to fold 8-page mini zine or something like that than me trying to explain it, because it is kind of complicated. I actually messed up a little bit on mine, which you will see in a minute because I'm still new to doing these. But yeah, these are fairly easy to make, and if you follow the instructions I gave, you should have no issues setting up your own and customizing it to be the way that you want. So I just made the zine and I made a mistake, but I was like, you know what? I'm not going to redo the whole thing. I accidentally set it up where this page came out upside down, but you know, you can just turn it and then it's fine. This is the cover. I found all these pictures on Pinterest, and like I said before, I did the design in Canva with the Canva elements. And as I go through each page, I'll like put up a photo so you can see better. But I did this based on lyrics by Lana Del Rey, her song Cherry Blossom. I did this section where it's like, what you don't tell no one, you can tell me. Little ghost tall tan like milk and honey. You're very brave and very free. I push you high, cherry blossom on your sycamore tree. What you don't tell no one, you can tell me. I'm like trying not to sing it. So this is like, and when you're scared, I'll be right there. Okay, never mind. Swing it high like Jesus, wild and free. Dandelions in your hair, baby. You're very brave and there's much to see. And when you're scared, I'll be right there. You feel afraid, mommy is there. It's a cruel, cruel world, but we don't care. Cause what we've got to share. Bro, this makes me emotional. I have such a problem, like every time I make something, coming on here and talking about it, because I'm like, oh my god. Like so overwhelmed by my own quote unquote genius or something. It's so stupid. I'm always like, oh, that's so good. We'll get to why I feel like that's so good when we get to the last page. I'm not going to spoil it. So what I did for the first page is the first lyric of what you don't tell no one, you can tell me. I picked this photo of the two baby bunnies because if you really look at it, doesn't it look like they're telling each other secrets? Think about it. Use your imagination. They definitely look like they're sharing secrets together. And then obviously the next page, I did like a cherry blossom theme because this is the first time she mentions cherry blossom and it's the title of the song. And we have a rosary here because she also talks about Jesus in the song. And this is why on the next page, I also have a cross, and I have these Littlest Pet Shop. I don't know. I just created this like little nature scene where she mentions dandelions. So I put a dandelion field, and I put some like butterfly applique PNGs. And I put these two creatures because I imagine that they're enjoying this field together and they're happy. And then the upside down page, I took this photo of Lana Del Rey from Tropico, and I did sort of like a Mother Mary type thing because obviously mother, she's talking about mommy. There's like some very Christian themes in this song, and I'm not like super Christian or anything, but I was raised Catholic, so I like have a lot of connections to this iconography. I just felt like that was a really symbolic way to showcase the themes of the song. And then the part that I love so much, it's a cruel, cruel world, but we don't care. And I just put some strawberries. To be honest, this doesn't really have anything to do with anything. I just wanted to do a strawberry theme page. But then the very end, which is what I was getting really excited about before, is because what we've got to share. Look at this deer and this kitten. This photo I found on Pinterest. How cute are they? Because what they have to share. They share with each other. How beautiful is that? How? It's a cruel, cruel world, but we don't care. Cause what we've got to share. Yeah. And the very end, at the back, I put a photo here from her Blue Banisters era, and in very, very tiny font. It came out like a little smaller than I thought it was going to, but lyrics by Lana Del Rey, Cherry Blossom, Blue Banisters, 2021. And I signed it with the month that I made it and my name. So here's my beautiful zine. Once again, observe it. And the stickers, I really only had like good room for stickers on the last couple pages. So I did some strawberry shortcake stickers, and then on this one I have my melody and Hello Kitty bow. I'm also wanting to work on my paint by number today. If I end up doing that, I will insert footage of that also. And the spring equinox is tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm going to be coming back and we're going to be talking about bringing back those themes from the beginning of the video, like spirituality and everything. Happy Ostara. It is officially the first day of spring. And because of that, I have my butterfly ring. And I have my bunny earrings, which for some reason these were like so painful to put in. I don't know why. Today I'm going to be lighting my Persephone candles. Let me actually show you them before I'm even going to do that. These are from Crescent and Craft. These are the Persephone's Return candles. They are beautiful rainbow colors. And these basically celebrate specifically her return from the underworld. And these are the classic Persephone devotional, like, pillar candles, I guess. And it comes with, like, a little craft label. And it says, Persephone, Greek goddess of springtime and queen of the underworld. I'm only going to use one of each, and I'm going to save the other ones to use at a different time. I also have some Ostara spell oil that I got from my favorite Etsy shop, The Green Maynard, or Maynard, however you say it. I spoke about this in my winter favorites video, this shop, and I love this new oil. It has really pretty, I'm really hoping you guys can see it. Yeah, I think you can see it. Purple shimmer, and it smells awesome. Has like a lavendery smell, surely amongst other things, but lavender is like the most predominant one that I can smell. I'm wearing it now, and I'm going to, I think, put a little bit of it on some of my candles later. To close out the video, I wanted to read a poem from my poetry book, The Bird Who Lived in the Tree of Knowledge. It's self-published on Amazon, because now anyone can publish a book. This came out in 2024, and it's basically just a collection of like different things that I wrote when I was in high school and when I was in a semester at college, you know, before I dropped out, whatever. I feel like I have to like do a lore drop before I read this because it's very personal. I wrote this poem after I got out of like 25 days in the hospital in 2023, where I was diagnosed with a rare autoimmune condition, polyarteritis nodosa. You can look it up, and not many people have it. I am one of the ones that has it. Systemic, idiopathic. No, I do not have hepatitis B. These are the kinds of questions that you
you get when you say you have this, if people know anything about it. Because when they Google it, the first thing they see is like, common in people with hepatitis. Like, they have zero clue why I have it. Like, they have no idea whatsoever why I have it. And mine was like really severe. So I actually had to do like a few months of chemotherapy. I speak about that in this poem, and I reference things that were written in my biopsy, because I wrote this actually while I was at the infusion center getting the chemotherapy, and my doctor called it chemo. It's the same drug that they use for cancer patients. You can also look this up as well, because at the time when I told my friends that I was going to be doing this, they told someone they knew, and I'm going to be kind of non-specific about this, and that person said, oh, well, she must be lying. She must actually have cancer, because only people who have cancer do chemo, which is ridiculous.
And there's also people who insist that you shouldn't call it chemotherapy unless you're taking it for cancer. And I'm like, that's not how it works. It's the same drug. The doctors call it chemotherapy. Like, what was I supposed to say to them? No, don't say that. Don't call the drug what you guys usually call it. Call it something different. Like, no, I'm obviously not going to do that. I mean, my bag had the same warning label on it. Chemotherapy. So, you know, it seems defensive, but every time I bring up anything to do with my health, because I have such like a weird situation and like a unique situation, I have to give some disclaimers, and I speak about that in this poem, so I just didn't want to cause any confusion. Now, this little like spoken word is called sakura. I pronounce that word like an American, but I think it's a Japanese word. This is the poem. Spring is Thai food and egg salad and Starbucks refreshers. Spring is beginning. Spring is chemo and polyarteritis nodosa and rare T cells. Spring is breathless. Spring is racing. Spring is slow down, steady pacing. Spring is lena. Spring is vinyl. Spring is cassettes and taking vitals. Life is full and sometimes my glass feels empty, but I'll rewrite the story. A full glass would be too heavy, and it's important to stay hydrated. And when I feel empty, the people I love come full-handed with their carafes and their offerings, flowers, desserts, my affinities. Like a god with an altar, it feels awkward. Does suffering grant a person divinity? Do the gods feel guilt? Does a god feel ashamed under the radiance and the thunder and the rising emotional soul tide? Does a god still think to themselves, I don't deserve this. I should hand this love back, this money, this praise, this effort. Spring happens now when Here Comes the Sun plays softly in the room. A patient a few cubicles down has a guitar. I love them. They inspire me. That is God to me. I think that maybe people are sometimes granted the power to do extraordinary things. I think I want to stop saying I think and maybe. I know that ordinary people are granted the power to do extraordinary things. The same way the Beatles knew the sun was coming. The same way everybody knows the sun will rise tomorrow, with or without them. The same way people like me know you need to choose to believe in a world that has you in it, though I'm as beautiful and free as a caged bird. I'm something like Persephone, I'm something like the dead rising. I had to journey through the underworld to have a chance of surviving. This isn't the kind of place you can just walk out of. This place doesn't leave you. It stays on your skin, it stays in your hair, it's under your fingernails. The dirt, the DNA, the things that forge beneath the surface of me, my body of mystery. Such bravery the instrument showed in making me bleed. It's dangerous work. It's not so much that it hurts. It is very much that it hurts. It's that I didn't ask for it. I didn't ask for this. Why? Why anything? Why anyone? Why the guitar player? Why the Beatles? The sun is coming, and it never asked for permission. I am a sinner. I have sinned and will sin again. I am a forgiver. I am bitter. I am irritable. I am barely containing the screams that sometimes break out. This isn't the kind of place you just walk out of. Persephone lives at least 2 lives. Is it like having 2 selves? A heart above, a head below, a spirit that soars, a song, a voice that rings out, that finds its way through the dark and into the field, the canary in the coal mine, the caged bird. Wings that can carry it, wings that can cut the air, wings that are stiffened and weaker now. That's life in captivity. Does Persephone, like me, feel captive to the seasons, a slave to them? Does she hate Hades, love him? Is he a necessary evil? Maybe she answers differently, chooses differently every day. I think Hades betrayed Persephone by loving her. I think his love, his obsession is too dangerous. But I understand why she stays. I understand why she leaves. As I enter into the spring of my life, literally and figuratively, as I walk cautiously through the rubble up into the sunlight, to pad softly through the fields, to stretch my tired wings, and to lay down with the things that bloom only when I touch them, I am special. It can be granted or gifted or received special, by hand or delivered in the mail, in a vision or a prophetic dream, but special isn't free. It's a responsibility, it's a choice. It's being an artist, it's using your voice. It's believing in a world with you in it. It is fighting for your life, scratching and clawing, begging to survive. It's hope, it's vomit, it's all the things about yourself you do and don't like. Your body's many mysteries and treasures and betrayals. You are a storybook, you are storied. This is your Elysian fields. Receive your glory. Dig your hands into the dirt, the different kind that grows and feeds and does not suffocate. Let it under your nails. Don't be afraid to cry. This isn't the kind of place you just walk out of, but here comes the sun. It's all right. So there's some other references in there, like the Beatles song, like, here comes the sun, do-do-do-do. And this is actually a true story. Like, I was writing this while another patient in the infusion center was playing that song, and it just inspired this for me. Also, the part 2, where I was talking about Hades and stuff, more like personal life context. I had just dealt with like someone who was very toxic and who just had like bad vibes. So all of that just like coalesced into this expression of like, you know what? I have all these difficulties in my life and I'm damaged now. My body was broken, but I'm going to rise again. I'm going to take ownership of the good things that wait for me, and I'm not going to question them and ask if I deserve them or not. Because sometimes we get good things whether we ask for them or not. And I think that's a very powerful message. Because like I was saying in the beginning, Persephone is like her story is something that resonates with people a lot because of the reasons I said. Her ability to essentially come back from the dead is something a lot of people can resonate with, whether it's because they went through something challenging emotionally, whether they're grieving someone that they lost or an animal that they lost, because, you know, grief from losing pets and stuff can also be really heavy for some people. Recovering from a physical health issue, a near-death experience, a toxic relationship. Her story can resonate with people in so many different ways, and her story shows us that it is inevitable for the sun to shine again. It is inevitable for the seasons of your life to change and shift, for your life to improve, because things cannot always stay the same. It's easy to sit there and think about and remember the fact that you're going to lose everything, and maybe that's true, but inevitably also you're going to gain something. You can't ignore the reality of the world in favor of a negative belief that you feel makes you feel safer, because ultimately that's damaging to you. And at this time, especially when I was so like unwell and I didn't know if I was going to get better, I didn't know if I was going to recover, it was important for me to be like, you know what, I deserve the love that other people have to offer me, and I deserve any of the positivity and things that are going to come through. So yeah, I don't know if you guys resonate with that poem. I always have my poetry book in the description of my videos. I'm gonna read an excerpt of a different poem by me as well. Song of Myself in Spring. I'm not gonna read the whole thing. This is like not like a spoken word thing. I'm just gonna read like a segment at the end that I think really is on the nose for today, and you will see why. Spring, spring, forward and backward, and lastly onward, onward, onward. The clamoring of birds, they're harmonizing with the air, the oxygen that fills our lungs and fuels the beating of hearts. Very on theme. Because yeah, the birds are clamoring, are they not? It's beginning, is it not? Yeah.